students, welcome to Prime Time by CivicCentre IAS. Today we'll be covering geography current affairs and the places in news in the week of 15 to 21 September 2025. So we have 5 topics in brief, and the topic of importance of this week is heavy rainfall. And also lastly, we'll see the places in news which are in this week headlines. So coming over to the topics in brief, the first one is the Birhor Tribe. We'll see about the Birhor Tribe, why it is in the news. And the second one is aging of the dams in India. And the third one goes Moran Community. And the fourth one is the Cauvery River dispute. And the fifth one is the Erra Dibbalu. And the topic of importance of this week is the heavy rainfall. And also we'll see the places in news such as Salamis Bay, Papua New Guinea, Dongsha Islands, Qatar, Machu Picchu, UAE, and Gulf of Finland. So the first one is the Birhor Tribe. So Birhor Community, జార్ఖండ్ స్టేట్ లో కోడర్మా అనే డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ లో మనకి ఫుల్వరి అనే హామ్లెట్ ఉంది. బిర్హోర్ ట్రైబ్ వాళ్ళు ఎక్కువగా నివసిస్తుంటారు. సో గవర్నమెంట్ అనౌన్స్ దట్ దిస్ ఫుల్వరియా హామ్లెట్ వుడ్ రిసీవ్ ద ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ వెరీ సూన్. So coming into the key concepts in news, we'll see about the Birhor tribe. So Birhor tribe are majorly concentrated in the Jharkhand region, and also this tribe is being found in the states like Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and West Bengal. So mostly this tribe are semi-nomadic. Semi-nomadic ante occasional ga, seasonal ga వీళ్ళు migrate అవుతూ ఉంటారు. Okay, and then this tribe is one of the 8 particular vulnerable tribal groups that are identified in Jharkhand. And the term Birhor is derived from the two words such as Bi and Hor. Bi meaning the man and Hor meaning jungle. That means the man living in the jungle. So going further, so they do follow the religion of animism and Hinduism. And also they have their own language called Birhor, which has similarities with the Santali, Mundari and the Ho languages. And also, as they are semi-nomadic, the temporary Birhor settlements are known as the tandas or bands, which are of conical shaped, erected with leaves and the branches. So in this picture reference, you can see that the settlement of the Birhor tribe is of conical shape, and mostly it has been erected with the leaves and the branches. Okay, the economy of the Birhor tribe is mostly the hunting and gathering and also stable agriculture. They have a rich knowledge of traditional medicine. Traditional medicine ki వాళ్ళకి చాలా rich knowledge అనేది ఉంది. And then the dance forms of the Birhor tribe are the Karama, Fagua, and Biha. And the musical instruments they play are the mandal, tomka, and the bamboo flute. So this is about the Birhor tribe. So going into the next topic of importance, it is the aging dams of India. So we'll see aging dams of India. So according to National Register of Large Dams, so this is maintained by the Central Water Commission. So it is maintained by Central Water Commission. So Central Water Commission. The National Register for Large Dams is being maintained by the Central Water Commission. So according to this register, maniki approximately 1000 plus dams అనేవి they are of 100 to 50 to 100 lifespan అనేది ఇప్పుడు ఉంది. And approximately 224 dams అనేవి they are more of century old in the 2023. సో ఇంకేం చెప్తున్నారంటే మేజర్ డ్యామ్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో పోస్ట్ 1950 తర్వాత కట్టబడిన ఏవైతే డ్యామ్స్ ఉన్నాయో దే ఆర్ ఇన్ ద లాస్ట్ స్టేజెస్ ఆఫ్ ద డ్యామ్ లైఫ్ స్పాన్. ఓకే, అండ్ ద ఎక్స్పర్ట్స్ వార్న్ దట్ మెనీ ఆఫ్ ద డ్యామ్స్ ఆర్ నియర్ టు ద life design, raising safety issues, irrigation and hydropower. So this is the aging of the news which is in news. So we'll see more of it. So post independence lo Bakra Nangal Dam, Hirakud Dam, Rihan Dam, and then Tungabhadra and then Koida dams ivanni post independence at 1947 tarvata kattabadina dams. And then 1950 to 1970 madhyalo mostly the dams are built for irrigation, power and the flood control. And for the modern era lo this is being shifted to the multi-purpose project. So the shift to the multi-purpose project integrating the irrigation, power, tourism, navigation, and inland fisheries for more the holistic water resource development. So if we see the challenges of this aging of dams in India, so the first one is the old spillway design. So the old spillway design are inadequate to handle the present day floods and the overtopping risk. And the dams such as the Hirakud Dam, so in the sedimentation, సో సెడిమెంటేషన్ లో ఏమవుతుందంటే సిల్ట్ అనేది ఎక్కువగా డ్యామ్ దగ్గరికి వచ్చి చేరిపోతుంది. అట్లా చేరడం ద్వారా మనకి స్టోరేజ్ వాటర్ కెపాసిటీ అనేది తగ్గిపోతుంది. సో ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆఫ్ ద హిరాకుడ్ డ్యామ్, so this Hirakud Dam lost 20 to 30% of the storage due to the siltation itself. And the third one is the extreme events. Extreme events such as the cloudburst, intense monsoon strain the aging of the dam. And also institutional gaps. Institutional gaps such as there is a slow implementation of the rehabilitation progress, and also there is a limited public participation, and also there is a irregularity in the real-time monitoring systems. And the fifth one is the risk. Risks such as the aging dams threaten farmers' income, especially whereas irrigation is compromised in the vicinity. So if we see the failure of the Tiwara Dam, so the Tiwara Dam is in Ratnagiri. It is in Ratnagiri, Maharashtra. Ratnagiri, Maharashtra. Okay. So this dam, the failure of the dam was observed on 2nd July, 2nd July 2019, following heavy monsoon river. So this incident highlighted the need for the robust improvement and the dam safety laws. If we see the way forward for this aging of the dams in India, so the first one is the repair and upgrade. That is, the dam should handle the floods and the earthquakes. And the second one is the technology. Technology such as the dam should be installed with the sensors to monitor the dam health. And the third one is the awareness. That is, the technology nearby the communities about the dam safety, mock drills, and the warning systems. So వీటికి the nearby communities ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో వాళ్ళందరూ ఈ డ్యామ్ సేఫ్టీ పైన మాక్ డ్రిల్స్ పైన ఒకవేళ డ్యామ్ కనుక ఫెయిల్ అయితే వాళ్ళు ఎలా వాళ్ళు కాపాడుకోవాలని మాక్ డ్రిల్స్ కూడా ఆ కమ్యూనిటీస్ చేత చేయించాలి. So this is the awareness among the communities. And the fourth one is the climate smart dams, that is to handle extreme rain and the glacier floods. So this is about the aging of the dams. That we have seen the challenges, we have also seen the way forward. So if we see the key concept in news, which is the Moran community. So the location and distribution of the Moran community is, so they are indigenous to the Assam. The Moran community are indigenous to the Assam, and they are primarily concentrated in the Tinsukia district of Arunachal Pradesh. So, and the Moran community have played a major role in the regional resistance and also socio-political movements. So if we see more of the Moran community, the language the Moran community speak is the Assamese, and there is a religion affiliation, that is, they are Vaishnava by religion, and they are Moa Moria sect of Vaishnavism. And the Gasar Talar Bihu is an unique Bihu dance performed under a tree, deeply rooted in the Moran cultural identity. And the dances are often accompanied by the traditional instruments like dol, pipa, and the tal, reflecting the Assamese folk heritage. And also, there is a traditional diet of this Moran community, such as rice, fish, green leafy vegetables, and the fermented foods. And the occupation of this Moran community is a substances farming. Substances farming అంటే వాళ్ళకి ఎంతైతే అవసరమో అంతే ఫార్మ్ అనేది చేస్తుంటారు. So that is substances farming. And also they do fishing and forest-based livelihoods. And the oral tradition includes stories, songs, and rituals passed down the generations. And they are known for their simplicity, eco-conscious living, and they are also known for their respect for nature. So this is about the Moran community. So going into the next topic in brief, that is a Cauvery River dispute. So on the Cauvery dispute, the Karnataka CM has announced that the water will be released to the Tamil Nadu since the rainfall is adequate, while stressing the Mekedatu dam's role in water balance. సో కర్ణాటక సీఎం ఏమని అనౌన్స్ చేశారంటే తమిళనాడుకి వాటర్ అనేది రిలీజ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది, మేకదాతు డ్యామ్ ద్వారా వాటర్ అనేది రిలీజ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది అని కర్ణాటక సీఎం అనౌన్స్ చేశారు. సో ఇన్ ద కీ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఇన్ న్యూస్ విల్ సీ అబౌట్ ద కావేరీ రివర్. So the Cauvery River origins in the Talakaveri Brahmagiri range, which is in the Karnataka. And this river flows approximately 800 kilometers. So if you see the course of the Kaveri river in this map, you can see Talakaveri నుంచి start అయిన తర్వాత it flows through the Karnataka and the Tamil Nadu. It flows into the Bay of Bengal. All right. So the tributaries of the Kaveri river are the, so if you see the left bank tributaries are the Harangi, Himavati, Simsha and Arkavati. So these are the left bank tributaries of the Kaveri river. And if you see the right bank tributaries of the Kaveri river, that is the Lakshmana Tirtha, Kabani, Suvarnavati, Bhavani, Noel and Amaravati. So these are the right bank tributaries of the Kaveri river. And also this river is a perennial river. This river is the perennial river. Okay, that is, it is sustained by both advancing and retreating monsoon. Advancing and retreating monsoon. Retreating monsoon. So this is about the Cauvery river. Going into the next topic in brief, that is the Erra Dibbalu. So recently, Erra Dibbalu, which are in Andhra Pradesh, have been included in the UNESCO tentative list of World Heritage Site. So World Heritage Site tentative list లో ఈ ఎర్రమట్టి దిబ్బలు ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో ఉన్న ఎర్రమట్టి దిబ్బల్ని tentative list లో include చేశారు. So if you see the key concept in news about the ఎర్రమట్టి దిబ్బలు, so it is situated between the Vishakhapatnam and Bhimanipatnam in the Andhra Pradesh along the eastern coast of India. And also these are formed approximately 12,000 years ago due to the sea-land interactions due to the late Quaternary period. So ఇవి late Quaternary period geographical history ని reflect చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి. So the Erramatti Dibbalu was declared as a national heritage monument by the Geological Survey of India in 2016. And 2016 లో ఏపీ గవర్నమెంట్ ఈ ఎర్రబంటి దిబ్బల్ని ప్రొటెక్టెడ్ సైట్ గా ప్రకటించింది. సో జియోలాజికల్ సర్వే ఆఫ్ ఇండియా వీటిని ప్రొటెక్టెడ్ సైట్ గా మనకి 2016 లో ప్రకటించింది. అండ్ these are important to study the patterns of the sea level changes, monsoon variations and the sedimentation patterns. సో ద ఎర్రమట్టి దిబ్బలని బ్యాడ్ ల్యాండ్స్ అని అంటారు. సో బ్యాడ్ ల్యాండ్స్ అంటే ఏంటి? సో దీస్ ల్యాండ్ ఫార్మ్స్ ఆర్ రగ్డ్ డ్రై టెరెన్స్. ఇవి సాఫ్ట్ సెడిమెంటరీ రాక్స్ మరియు క్లే సాయిల్స్ మీద హెవీ ఎరోజన్ వల్ల ఏర్పడతాయి. దీస్ ల్యాండ్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ సూటబుల్ ఫర్ ద అగ్రికల్చర్. అండ్ ఈ ప్యాటర్న్స్ ని స్టడీ చేయడానికి ఇవి చాలా ఉపయోగపడతాయి. అండ్ ఇండియాలో ఎర్రమట్టి దిబ్బల్ లాంటి రెడ్ శాండ్ డ్యూస్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో అవి వేరే చోట కూడా ఉన్నాయి. దట్ ఈస్ ద సేమ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సచ్ యాజ్ ద తేరి డ్యూన్ కాంప్లెక్స్ ఇన్ ద తమిళనాడు స్టేట్. So going into the next topic in brief. So if we see the topic of importance, that is the heavy rainfall. So the heavy rains is being observed in the north and the south India. So if we see the key concept in use, which is the rainfall. So the precipitation of water from the clouds in the form of droplets is called a rainfall. So ikkada picture reference lo you can see. So in this picture reference, you can see that there is a evaporation and warm air rises, cools and condenses, forming the clouds. And there is a, after the condensation, there is a precipitation. There is a precipitation. So if we see more of the monsoon, so the first one is the southwest monsoon. This is observed in the June to September. June to September మధ్యలో మనకి సౌత్ వెస్ట్ మాన్సూన్ అనేది అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తాం. So the origin of the southwest monsoon, that is, it develops due to intense low pressure over northwest India and high pressure over the Indian Ocean. So Indian Ocean లో there is a high pressure and northwest లో there is a low pressure. సో ఇండియన్ ఓషన్ రీజియన్ లో హై ప్రెషర్ అనేది కనిపిస్తుంది. ఇండియన్ ఓషన్ రీజియన్ లో హై ప్రెషర్ అనేది కనిపిస్తుంది. నార్త్ వెస్ట్ ఇండియాలో లో ప్రెషర్ అనేది కనిపిస్తుంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఒరిజిన్ ఆఫ్ ద southwest monsoon. And the direction of this monsoon is that the winds blow from southwest to the northeast. That is, the wind blow from the southwest to the northeast direction. So the branches of this monsoon is, the first one is the Arabian Sea branch, that it hits Kerala coast and then Western Ghats. The Bay of Bengal branch moves towards the northeast India and also Indo-Gangetic plains. So this monsoon contributes approximately 75% of the India's annual rainfall. Okay, and the significance of this rainfall is that it is crucial for the kharif crops, groundwater recharge and the river flow. So indaka manam chusam Cauvery river, it is a perennial river. So this Cauvery river is also fed through monsoon. So groundwater recharge and river flow. So if we see more about this, And the second type of monsoon is that the northeast monsoon. So the origin of this monsoon is caused by the retreat of the southwest monsoon and formation of the high pressure over the land. So there is a retreat of the southwest monsoon and there is a high pressure over the land. There is a high pressure over the land. So if you see the direction of this monsoon, the wind blows from the northeast to the southwest. So the winds blow from the northeast to the southwest direction, northeast to the southwest direction. Affected areas of this monsoon are mainly Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu is the first region, first state to be affected with the northeast monsoon, and the coastal Andhra Pradesh and also the parts of South India are affected with this northeast monsoon. So the contribution of this monsoon is that it brings post-monsoon rainfall, especially to the Tamil Nadu. And the significance is that this monsoon supports the Rabi crops. Rabi crops such as wheat, mustard, gram. Okay, so these are some of the Rabi crops and also the winter irrigation.
Hello everyone. As you all know, Civil Services Prime Time is one of its kind initiative where we are teaching the students current affairs related to that particular subject one day at a time. అంటే ఒక వారంలో జరిగిన కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ అన్ని ఒక సబ్జెక్ట్ కి సంబంధించి మేము ఒక రోజులో చెప్తున్నాం. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ద రివర్స్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ టెక్నిక్. బికాస్ మీరు ప్రతి వీడియో చూసినట్టయితే ఎండ్ లో ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ప్రిలిమ్స్ చేస్తున్నాము, అలాగే ఒక క్వశ్చన్ మెయిన్స్ చేస్తాం. సో in order to get daily updates at 7 o'clock sharp as we are doing it, subscribe చేసుకోండి, అలాగే bell కూడా click చేయండి so that 7 o'clock కి మీకు immediate గా notification వస్తుంది.
So this is about the topic of importance. So if you see the places in news, the first one is the Salamis Bay. So the INS Trikand visited Salamis Bay, Greece. So the INS Trikand visited Salamis Bay, Greece on 13 September 2025 to participate in the first ever India-Greece maritime exercise aimed at strengthening naval cooperation and also naval cooperation and operational synergy. Okay. So if we see about the location of the Salamis Bay, so in this picture reference, you can see that there is a Salamis Bay. So this is the Salamis Bay. Okay, so this region is the Salamis Bay. So it is located on the west coast of the Salamis Island. So this is the Salami Island. Salami Island. It is on the west coast of the Salami Island and part of the Saronic Gulf of the agency, approximately 16 kilometers west to the Athens. And also if you see the topography, it is surrounded by the rocky and the mountainous terrain. It also has a historical significance. This site is famous for the Battle of Salamis. This site is famous for the Battle of Salamis of 480 BCE, where the Greeks defeated the Persians. So this island is densely populated with approximately 40,000 residents, with many engaged in fishing, shipbuilding and the tourism. And the strategic importance of this location is today it hosts the Salamis naval base, that is, it is the headquarters for the Hellenic Navy, underscoring its continued military relevance. So this is the strategic importance of the Salamis naval base. So going into the next place in news, that is the Papua New Guinea. So recently, as part of 50th Independence Day, the celebrations of Papua New Guinea, the Indian Navy band participated in the Grand Military Tattoo at Port Moresby. So Papua New Guinea అనే country recent గా 16th September 2025 na it celebrated its 50th Independence Day. It celebrated its 50th Independence Day. So coming to the location, so the capital of the Papua New Guinea is the Port Moresby. So it is located in the Port Morris. So it is located in the Port Morris by Oceania region. So in this picture reference, you can see the Oceania. That is, it is a vast region made up of thousands of the islands scattered across the central and the southern Pacific Ocean. So the Oceania is divided into the 4 major sub-regions. So the first one is the Australasia, and the second one is the Melanesia, and the third one is Micronesia. Third one is the Micronesia. And the fourth one is the Polynesia. Okay. In the Australasia, it includes Australia and the New Zealand. Okay. In the Melanesia, it includes Papua New Guinea, Fiji, Solomon Islands, and others. Okay, so in the Micronesia, there are the small islands north of the equator like Palau, Marshall Islands, and Nauru. And in the Polynesia, it is a vast triangle-shaped islands including Hawaii, Samoa, Tonga, and French Polynesia. So in this picture reference, you can see there is a Papua New Guinea with the capital Port Moresby. So it is dominated with the rugged mountains and dense rainforests. And the climate found in this region is the tropical climate. Okay, so going into the next place in news, that is the Dongsha Islands. So the Dongsha Island has recently made headlines due to the escalating tensions in the South China Sea, particularly involving Chinese oil drill operations and also Taiwan's claimed waters. So South China Sea లో tensions అనేవి ఎక్కువగా కనిపిస్తున్నాయి because of the Chinese oil drilling operations near Taiwan's claimed waters. So if we see the location of the Dongsha Island, so if we see the location of the Dongsha Island, so these are called the Pratas Island in the North China Sea. So it is a circular reef enclosing a lagoon. And the surface is made up of white sand and also limestone base. And it is this region, the Dongsha Islands, are rich in marine biodiversity. And it also control access to the Taiwan Strait and Bashi Channel. So it is making a way for the maritime choke point between the south and east of the Southeast Asia. Okay, so going into the next place in news, that is the Qatar. So there is a missile attacks on Qatar's capital, Doha, targeting a compound believed to be hosting Hamas political leaders. అంటే ఖతర్లో ఉన్న ఖతర్ క్యాపిటల్ ఈజ్ దోహా. సో దోహాలో హమాస్ పొలిటికల్ లీడర్స్ ఉన్నారని దోహా క్యాపిటల్ పైన మిసైల్ అటాక్ అనేది జరిగింది. సో ఇఫ్ వి సీ ద లొకేషన్ ఖతర్, సో ఇట్ ఈస్ లొకేటెడ్ ఆన్ ద నార్త్ ఈస్టర్న్ కోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది అరేబియన్ పెనిన్సులా. సో ఇక్కడ ఖతర్ అనేది ఉందన్నమాట. So the official language is Arabic and the English is common language in this country. So Qatar shares only land border with Saudi Arabia to the south, and it is surrounded by the Persian Gulf on all other sides. So the sand dunes observed are the Khor al-Adad. So this is an inland sea. It is a unique natural wonder with massive dunes and salt flats. This contributes to the tourism and ecological diversity. So there is a oil and gas reserves observed in the Dukkan oil field and also natural gas deposits. So beneath its flat rocky terrain lies the Dukkan oil field and a vast natural gas deposits, making Qatar as one of the world's top exporters of the LNG. Okay, so the Qatar is surrounded by the Persian Gulf, making it is a rich in marine resources. So it hosts 48% of the Persian Gulf, such as coral reefs, making it ecologically vital. Okay, so the most of the Qatar is a flat desert with its highest point, which is a Hurain Abu al Bawal. So this is about the Qatar and also the temperature. And also the temperature of the Qatar is hot and the arid region dominates with minimal rainfall and extreme summer temperatures. So this is about the Qatar. Going into the next places in news, that is the Machu Picchu. So recently many tourists were stranded near Peru's ancient Inca citadel of Machu Picchu after a passenger train service was suspended due to a protest. So due to the protest, many of the tourists were being stranded near ancient Inca citadel, which is Machu Picchu. So learning more about Machu Picchu, that is, it is the 15th century Inca citadel which is in Peru. So Peru is a country in the South America. It lies in the eastern cordillera of the Andes Mountains. So ఆఫ్రికాలో ఇక్కడ యాండీస్ మౌంటైన్స్ అని ఉంటాయి. సో వీటి మధ్య మచు పిచ్చు అనేది కనిపిస్తుంది. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ బిట్వీన్ ద టూ పీక్స్ సచ్ as the Machu Picchu, which is called as Old Peak, and the Huayna Pitch, which is called as the Young Peak. And the climate observed around the Machu Picchu is 8 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. So this site is at the intersection of the major tectonic faults, that it is at the subduction of the Nazca plate beneath the South American plate. So this is about the Machu Picchu. So going into the next places in news, which is the UAE, that is United Arab Emirates. So the bilateral investment treaty between the India and UAE was approved by the Union Cabinet aiming to enhance investor confidence and promote the FDI. So learning more about United Arab Emirates. So the first one is capital of the United Arab Emirates is the Abu Dhabi, and Dubai is a commercial hub. Dubai is a commercial hub of the UAE, and there is a high urbanized rate. And there is a high urbanized rate in the Dubai. And majority of the population lives in these cities. And the second is that it is situated in the northeastern part of the Arabian Peninsula. That is, it is bordered by the Saudi Arabia to the south and west, and Oman to the southeast, and Persian Gulf to the north. And the Tropic of Cancer, that is this latitude, the Tropic of Cancer, which is above the equator, passes through the UAE. And the major part of the UAE is dominated by the desert terrain. And the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is a critical choke point. It is a critical choke point for the global oil trade. This strait is important maritime for air connectivity hub between the Asia, Europe, and the Africa. Right. The oil reserves are concentrated in the Abu Dhabi, which holds nearly 94% of the UAE's oil. So the Al Fujairah, which is located in the Gulf of Oman. So Al Fujairah, located in the Gulf of Oman, is strategically important for the exports bypassing the Strait of Hormuz. And the Palm Islands of Dubai, you can see there is the three types of Palm Islands near Dubai. They are artificial islands. They are artificial islands. That is, they are of man-made islands. So, such as Rabil Ali and Palm Area. So these are located in the Persian Gulf. Persian Gulf law. So E region law. So these Palm Islands are located in the Persian Gulf. And these islands are designed in the shape of palm tree, symbolizing the cultural identity and maximizing the bench front of the real estate. So this is all about the UAE, that is a United Arab Emirates. So going into the next places in news, that is the Gulf of Finland. Three Russian MiG-31 air fighter jets violated the airspace of the NATO member Estonia over the Gulf of Finland recently and remained there for few minutes. ఏదైతే ఎస్టోనియా ఉందో, ఎస్టోనియా ఈజ్ అ మెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ద నాటో. సో అక్కడ గల్ఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఫిన్లాండ్ అనేది ఉంది. సో దీనిపైన రష్యా యొక్క MiG-31 ఫైటర్ జెట్స్ అనేవి it violated the airspace of the Estonia, which is a NATO member. All right. So if we see about the Gulf of Finland, that is, it is the easternmost extension of the Baltic Island. It is the easternmost extension of the Baltic Sea. So this is the Baltic Sea. It is the easternmost extension. So between Sweden and the Finland countries, there is a Gulf of Bothnia. So it borders Finland to the north. So it stretches 400 kilometers east to west and only 19 to 130 kilometers north to south. And it covers approximately 30,000 square kilometers with an average depth of 38 meters. So in winter month, it freezes. That is, it freezes over 3 to 5 months in winter. 3 to 5 months in the winter season, affecting the navigation and the ecology. So this Gulf of Island receives inflow from the Neva River, Narva River, and the Saima Canal. And the Gulf of Finland hosts Helsinki, which is in Finland, and then Tallinn, which is in Estonia, and then St. Petersburg, which is of Russia. So at the very eastern end, there is a Russia, which is a St. Petersburg. So these are located right on the shores of the Gulf of Finland. And the Gulf contains the numerous banks. It contains the numerous banks and islands. It contains numerous bands and the islands. And the largest island include the Koltin Island. And the largest include Kotlin Island. The largest include the Kotlin Island with the population of approximately 42,000. So the largest island in the Gulf of Island is the Kotlin Island. So these are the places in news. Next, going to the previous year's question. The first one is, consider the following pairs. So this question was being observed in the 2016 year. So the question is, consider the following pace. Community sometimes in the affairs. So the community sometimes in the affairs of mentioned in the news. So the first one is the Kut, which is in Bangladesh, and the Madeshi of paired with the Nepal, and Rohingya paired with the Myanmar. So which of the above pairs are correctly matched? The correct answer is the option C, which is the 2 and 3. The Madeshi is paired with Nepal, which is the correct answer, and Rohingya. So we see the Rohingya, and the Rohingya, which is paired with Myanmar, is the correct answer. And going into the next previous year question, that is, with reference to the Changpa community of India, consider the following statements. So the first statement is, they live mainly in the state of Uttarakhand. And the second statement is, they rear the Pashmina goats that yield the fine wool. And the third statement is, they are kept in the category of the scheduled tribes. And given which of the statements given above is or are correct. So the option only 2 and 3 is correct. That is, they rear the Pashmina goats that yield the fine wool, and they are kept in the category of the scheduled tribes. So going into the next previous year question, that is, it is observed in the 2022. So the question is, consider the following pace given the reservoir and the states. So Ghataprabha is observed. So given reservoirs and the state, so the Ghataprabha is paired with Telangana, and then Gandhi Sagar is paired with the Madhya Pradesh, Indira Sagar is paired with the Andhra Pradesh, and Maithon is paired with Chhattisgarh. So the how many pairs given above are not correctly matched. So among the given options, only three pairs is the correct answer. So going into the next previous year question, that is observed in the 2023. So consider the following statements. So the first one is the Jhelum River passed through the Ullar Lake. And the second statement is the Krishna River. It directly feeds the Kollur Lake. And the third statement is that meandering of Gandak River formed Kanwar Lake. So how many of the statements given above are correct? So among the given options, only one is correct. That is, the Jhelum River passes through the Ullar Lake. Okay, so going into the next previous year question, that is, the black cotton soil of India has been formed due to the weathering off. So the options are brown forest soil, fissure volcanic rock, granite and schist, and then shale and limestone. So among the given options, the fissure volcanic rock is the right answer. That is, through the volcanic rock, this soil, the black cotton soil, has been formed. Okay. So going into the mains question. So this question is observed in the year 2023. So the key concept is the rainfall. So the question is, so why is the southwest monsoon called Purvaya in Bhojpur region? So how has this directional season, the wind system, influenced the cultural ethos of this region? So the aspects need to be addressed in this question is, the first one is, explain why the southwest monsoon is locally referred as Purvaya in the Bhojpuri region despite its actual southwest origin. And the second is that discuss how the regional topography and the wind flow patterns influence the perceived direction of the monsoon winds, and the local languages and folk tradition shape the naming of the natural this phenomena, and highlight how this wind system influences the Bhojpuri songs and Bhojpuri festivals, emotions, and then seasonal rituals. All right. And lastly, write the role of the agriculture and its symbolic presence, emotional expressions. So these are the aspects to be addressed in this question. Also send your answers to response@civiccentre.in. We will be evaluating your answers as well. So this is all about the geography current affairs in the week of 15 to 21 September 2025. Thank you.
CivicCentre IAS is offering Telangana Group 1 Prelims cum Mains classes as well as Andhra Pradesh Group 1 Prelims cum Mains classes in English medium for a period of 8 to 10 months. This also covers the complete NCERT textbooks and statewide textbooks. So what are you waiting for? Learn through reverse engineering technique today. Admissions are in progress. Join now. Visit our website. Thank you.